Alright, so let me give you guys an idea of where I'm at. We definitely have a check engine light for the EGR valve, and it has an ABS light, which I'm about to check now. Oil leak wise, we have a small leak coming from both valve covers. It's a very small and slow drip going to the bottom. I'm gonna have to fix that before I can diagnose any other type of oil leak, considering this is at the top of the engine. It's gonna fill up the whole bottom of the engine with oil anyway, so I gotta fix this, clean it up, and then test drive it again. It's the only real way to know whether or not all the oil is coming from the valve covers or not. In the meantime, I'm also gonna tell him he needs to get an oil change. The transmission is something that I won't be able to diagnose too well from here. I don't have the proper diagnostics tools. There's no way to check the transmission fluid level from the top, so I'm gonna have to see if there's a way to check it from the bottom. I'm gonna look that up too, and I have to dig a little further for the air conditioning as well, because it's stuck in defrost mode. So I'm gonna have to do some research on the system to see how that works as well. For now, let's see what the ABS light is. Alright, so keys in the ignition already. I started the car. I'm gonna be looking for the ABS code, so view ABS DTCs. And this is a Honda ABS. Here we go, see what we get. Sometimes these things take a while. Detecting the protocol. This vehicle does not support ABS communication. Well, that's not a good thing. What that pretty much means is that my scan tool can't communicate with this ABS system. I'm going to give it another shot, but if it doesn't work, I'm going to probably have to look for another tool. Let's see. Alright, so right now pretty much I'm at the point where I can't find anything with the ABS code. My reader's not working for that. But there is a good chance that the check engine light is the reason that the ABS light is on. It's another one of those things that we're gonna have to do one repair, check and see. If the ABS light goes away, then fantastic, we know it was related. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna go have to find the appropriate tool to get it checked. So baby steps, we'll get this thing running right. Okay, so I finally found the problem with the air conditioning. It was stuck in the defrost mode. I happen to know that these systems run off cables and not electrical, so I went under the dash to see if I could find any cables and see if they're moving correctly. Let me show you what I found. Alright, so this is the mechanism to change the air conditioning from defrost to all that. As you can see, there's a steel cable there. As I turn the knob, which I'm doing with my other hand, you'll see that it moves. Has no problem moving this way. The problem is when I try to turn it the opposite way, which is left at this point, it doesn't move back. Not all the way. Right there, it's stuck. So my guess, and this is purely a guess, an educated one, mind you, my guess is that the cable is probably loose behind here, behind the actual control, because it allows it to go one way but not the other. So the only way to really know is to start taking it apart. Alright, so AC got figured out, oil leak is figured out, check engine light is semi figured out. Pretty sure I got that one. I'm pretty sure it just needs to be the engine needs to be the intake manifolds, all the carbon inside needs to be flushed out, so it probably just needs a good intake flush. Well, I'm gonna start with that anyway. I haven't figured out this transmission yet, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive it now again from a complete stop, see if I can figure out what gears they're doing it in and be more specific about when it's doing it, to see if I can narrow down the problem to a specific area. It's very hard to diagnose transmission completely when without tearing it apart. That's just the truth, especially when you can't even check the fluid level from the top. So I'm gonna run it through a couple gears, see if it does it in every gear, and see if it's a problem with oil pressure or something, by diagnosing it a little further. So let's go for another ride. Okay, here we go again. I'm in drive. Let's see what gear it does it in. I'm gonna keep an eye on the tachometer, that way I can see exactly how it's behaving. Here we go. First gear shift's fine. Second gear shift's fine. So it seems to me that the problem is only under heavy acceleration. Because there I was probably 1/3 accelerated, and we did not have any type of shifting issue. That's a good sign. I'm gonna go a little heavier on it now, see what it does. First gear fine. Second gear fine. Well, it's going through the gears now. It's probably because it cooled down a bit. Let's go, keep driving. Transmission shifting is fine, but this steering wheel is wandering. It goes from this position to perfectly straight and nothing. It's a little worrisome, actually. There's got to be something wrong here. There's a lot of play in the steering wheel. It was straight 1 second, then to the side the other. So definitely got something there. You see, this is bad. I'm going straight and the steering wheel is turning that much. That's how much play I have in the steering. Not good. Car's not budging and I'm turning. Bad. Really bad. Well, that was rough because transmission's not acting up anymore. When he came back and I first got the car and I went driving in it, he had been stuck in traffic for a while and the car was very hot. That might have something to do with it. It's hard to diagnose something when it's not there anymore, so I'm just gonna have to let this one go until the problem persists. I'm gonna let him know about it, show him the video, and have him keep an eye on it, because the truth of the matter is, and this is something that most people need to understand, is that it's almost impossible to diagnose something if it's not there. Oh, almost impossible? No, it practically is impossible. So when you leave your car at a shop and it has an intermittent condition, something that comes and goes, that's why it takes so long to diagnose, because half the time, or I'd say most of the time, we're just trying to get the car to do the problem again. And that's a similar situation I have here now. If it's not doing the problem, I can't diagnose it. So I'm going to talk to the customer now, let them know all the list of the things. I found the clunking during acceleration. It needs an engine mount and some drive shaft U-joints. But overall, considering the price he got for this car, I'm sure if he would have put, you know, a couple $100, maybe a few more than that, let's say another $1,000 into this car, he'd probably end up with a pretty decent car and still pay under $3,000. So pretty good shape overall. I know that if I would have followed my steps to purchase this car, I probably wouldn't have purchased it. But what made the difference here really is the price. And price is supreme at the end of it, because if you get a good deal, you just got to jump on it. So this is a perfect example of that. All right, guys. Well, I'll let you guys know what we end up doing with this car. And as usual, I'll record everything and keep you guys included. Till next time, guys.
Yeah.